Hey everyone, this is going to be your June 3rd, June 3rd daily message. This is the real shit message, but it's like, it's a kind of a new moon energy, so I don't know if it's like the real shit. Probably go under that. But I'll do a love one as well for the new moon energy that we are in, that we were in. Boy, I'm like so I've been doing that a lot, like as if I've gone back in time. That's probably like, the fuck is she talking about? No, really though. It's kind of weird. Um, so I went ahead and turned on the camera. I definitely wasn't done shuffling, but as I was shuffling, these three popped out just like that. Okay, like in a little nice, lovely stack. Um, so you've got justice, right? The moon and the world. Okay, so let's, okay, yeah, maybe you're dealing with a Libra, maybe you're dealing with a Pisces, maybe you're dealing with a Cancer. There's something so Cancerian. I've been saying that. The energy, there's something so Cancerian about the energy here lately. I feel like the camera is dirty or I don't know. It's not the best quality anyways because I'm having to go live because it's the quickest way to get these videos out to you. With moving around and not having access to, I have access to Wi-Fi here, but it's not my Wi-Fi. I pay a lot of money for my Wi-Fi where I live, so it is what it is. Forgive the quality. It may be like this for a while as long as I'm kind of everywhere. But there's something here about the truth, okay, and speaking your truth. Okay, now I will say there's also something here about not speaking it to anyone and everyone. It's like approach with caution and maybe sort of feel it out, but I do feel like there's something very significant about speaking your truth. I don't know, that's just the way I'm feeling now. You have this moon energy. I'm not feeling like, I am feeling secrets, but not in a bad way. It's like speaking your truth, letting someone in. Do you know what I mean? Letting someone in, letting someone see the depths of you, the things that people don't normally see. Being okay with allowing someone to see your dirty little secrets, right? That's definitely what I'm getting here, and allowing the moon energy to help you speak your truth. It is a new moon in Gemini, okay, and allowing it to give you life and rebirth, okay, the ending of cycles, the beginning of new cycles. This world card here, and I love how she is this like sort of serpent mermaid thing. I mean, if you look, she's like not quite a fish. It's actually, if you were to cover that fin, you would straight up see serpent, but then she has that fin, so she's like this serpent mermaid thing. And I love it, and I love that she's got this red and yellow, these like little beasts down here. It reminds me of the Sphinx, right? The Sphinx, if you follow me, in an early meditation, maybe like 5 years ago, I don't know, several years ago now, I was given an ancient sign that it took me forever to find because it was so ancient, of the Sphinx, and how not everyone is handed the keys to that information, and how the Sphinx holds the information to sort of spiritual records, if you will, okay? And I love that these are guarding her in this world card. Okay, now some of you may be traveling. Some of you may just be going on a new venture. Some of you may be handling things from a distance, at a distance, traveling a distance, to someone, for someone, okay? But I love that these came out like this. I will also say there's an energy here of getting things done. Obviously all new moons offer a sort of a rebirth period, a cleansing, a rejuvenation. Like it's like a recharge, right? Or that's how I view it anyways. It's like a release and a recharge, right? It's like switching out the old battery. It's not just, yeah, I would say like switching out the old battery, because it's not even just like recharging the same battery. It's like switching it out altogether, sort of releasing whatever was there and bringing in something new. So I like to use the new moon to release old habits, anything that we've spoken over ourselves, anything that's been spoken over us. As I tell y'all all the time, a lot of times people will come to me and say that they've been cursed. Now, in recent readings, I will say that's coming. I've been seeing that more than I ever have, back to back. You know what I'm saying? It's been something really weird about that going on. But for the most part, when people say, oh, so-and-so put something on me, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. You put some shit on yourself by speaking shit on yourself. I'm fat, I'm ugly, I can't, I won't, I never will. These are things, the reason we call, or we learn how to spell in school is because words are spells. I talk to you about this all the time. The intention of the heart, and telepathy being our true form of communication, and how words are where lies lie. Right? It's where you're able to manipulate truths, okay? Because in the energetic field, right, in our vibration, the way that we interact with people in our energetic field, which happens when you walk into someone's space, okay, whether you want it to or not, it is the way that we truly were meant to communicate, and that is what happens. And you get like, I don't like their vibe, I like their vibe, I like your vibe. This is because of our vibrations with each other, and this is how we communicate. There's no lies there, there's no manipulation there. It is what it is. So if you're a piece of shit, somebody is gonna feel that you're a piece of shit. If you're a loving, beautiful soul, maybe you're, now that's not to say you're a pushover, but if if you're a good spirit, people will feel that. They'll pick, your spirits dance every time you get close to a person. That's how we're built. And this is why we speak, so that we can hide that, right? So we can manipulate that. And so when you start to cast these spells, you say these things and you speak these things into existence, and you cast these spells over yourself. That is normally what happens when people say so-and-so cast a spell on me, or so-and-so tried to hex me, or they put some wooda on me. And I'm not saying that that isn't real. It is real. And like I said, here recently, I've been dealing with a lot more of that. I don't know why that's suddenly coming to me in the excess that it is. But fuck them, we gonna handle it. That's on that. But but for the most part, to remember to, whenever you cleanse during the new moons, to remember to say, to remove the things that even you have put over yourselves, because we do at times get into negative thought patterns, and we do tend to say negative things, and we put things on ourselves. And so, sorry about that. I do like to use the new moon energy in Gemini, which has so much to do with communication. To communicate your truth, communicate what you really want, definitely communicate what you would like to release, and how you would like to recharge, okay? There's also something so energetic, like if there was ever a time where you were like, when you just get these sudden bursts of energy and you sort of knock out a lot of whatever you've been postponing, or what's the word I'm looking at procrastinating. Right now would be the time to do it, and do it big. Like if you've got work to do, now is a good time to knock it out. You know what I'm saying? Like go until you can't go anymore, because in a couple of weeks that energy is going to run out. So definitely now's a good time to, my nose just suddenly started running really weird. Now's a good time to just do the work that you can do until you kind of can't do it anymore, sort of thing. Ezra, come here, baby. There's a lot suddenly going on around me. Sorry, and I'm live, so there's kind of not a way to hold off. And as I stop and I listen, well, I'm not actually trying to listen. I'm actually trying to regroup and refocus, because the person that came in, like, just my energy just and it does that with him. So but no, I was just trying to refocus, but I just ended up kind of listening. And so there's a thing with that too. Gemini being about communication is also being about being able to listen. And I think that listening is a much bigger part of communication than people either realize or give it credit for, or maybe talk about. So there is something really, really big about listening within in itself. For this new moon, try to sort of hang back and listen maybe a little bit more than you have, and allowing people in and communicating and being valid. I don't even know what, like, being valid. I'm hearing being valid. But it's like, so weird what is going on right now. Just what I will say is listen, and maybe the listening part will help you to the part of discernment or whatever it is that you need to know who to share your truth with. Okay, so there's something to that, but there's major cycles coming, major travel. It's almost like the shedding. As I look back at this tail and I see this serpent-like being, there's something so ganja. There's something so transformational. Like, I'm seeing the snake shed its skin, right? Like stepping into your new skin. But when you have the world, remember that it's not like the fool, right? The fool goes forward with no fear because no experience, like a baby. But the world is having all of the experience from the deck, right? From all of the cards, and then on a new journey with previous experience. So it's not going in blind, which I think is so interesting that it comes with the moon, because the moon can signify the unknown and going into darkness, and you know how things look one way in the dark, and the shadows that are created, and then the reflection. And I'm seeing a lot of water. I've been seeing a lot of water, and so I'm going to tell you to go ahead and get your spiritual bath set up. If you don't know how to do that, you can reach out to me. Let me do it real quick right here. The simplest way is get you some, I would suggest Dead Sea salt, but if you cannot obtain, or you do not have, especially in a pinch, because we're kind of close to nighttime already, sea salt, regular sea salt. You can go to the dollar store and get sea salt. Also Epsom salt. I suggest Epsom salt, but you can do the whole thing in sea salt. I would suggest at least 2 cups, okay, 2 to 4 cups in your whole bath. Do it as hot as you can take it. Make sure that you create a tranquil environment, okay? Make sure that you sage or cleanse, say a prayer, do oil, whatever your fucking practice is. Make sure that you cleanse your space. You want to take a shower before you get in your bath. Make sure that you are clean. You're not getting a bath to clean your body. You're getting a bath to clean your aura and your spirit and your energy field. So make sure that you take a shower before you take a bath. Yes, that you want to be clean before you get clean, okay? And then drop you some oils in there if you have them. If you don't, herbs are fine. Cleansing, think of cleansing things that cleanse, right? So you have lemon, grapefruit, eucalyptus, spearmint, things like that, frankincense, myrrh, lavender, tea tree, a rose, and you can use any of these essential oils, or you can use the actual resins and flowers. Bay leaf is going to be something that everyone has in their cabinet mostly. That is an amazing sort of all-purpose. You can also burn bay leaf. Some people like the way that it smells, some don't. If you're looking for something really fast acting, especially if you've got a lot of shit to do, as I mentioned, now would be a good energy to go ahead and knock out a lot of work. And I mean, like, if you're able to, some of you may even find yourself waking up in the morning, like, especially energized, right? It's like all of a sudden, normally you get up at 6 o'clock and try to get your engines going so that you're ready by 8. Some of you may find yourselves waking up at like 4 and 5 and ready to go by 6, and not ready to stop until it gets dark. Use it, run with it. You know what I'm saying? because it's going to run out. It's like they're showing me like this stretch of, I don't know, maybe like 2 weeks, and then I'm like putt-putting on no fumes. So I would definitely use that, but you want to rejuvenate, right? So you will find that some of you will be waking up with more energy. But yeah, so you want to get into a meditative place and speak whatever out of yourself. I don't want to say over yourself. Make sure that you're cleansing like that. That's how you do that. And so let's go forward. Let me continue on to shuffle, because that's just kind of, like I said, I wasn't even ready to go. But when the cards start flying out like that, all right, go ahead and turn on the camera, because the message is that intense. Water, though, water. Some of you may find yourself drink water. Oh, and then also some of you may want to take a few gallons of water or more, like if you, depending on how much water you drink, get you a good amount of water galloned up. Ezra, come here. And go ahead and set it out in the yard or wherever, on your balcony, or I don't know, your living situation, but go ahead and set it out so that it can charge in the new moon. Go ahead and set your crystals out. You can set them out in salt, or you can set them out by themselves. Go ahead and let them charge in the new moon. Energy cleanse and be charged, because everything picks up energy, okay? So especially if you use your crystals a lot, or even if you just have them sitting somewhere where a lot of people walk by, they collect that, and you need to cleanse that, okay? So use everything that is being offered to you. And I'm seeing someone out in nature. You see clearly. Clairvoyance 12-3, okay? 3, mind, body, and soul, making it whole. You know, my friend asked me, I don't know why I'm 3. My friend asked me the other day about, he said it in Spanish, and he asked me what was the English word, and I said maze. And then after I said it, I was like, no, it's labyrinth. And there's a difference between a labyrinth and a maze, okay? And the labyrinth, you need to get to the center. And I'm suddenly seeing the labyrinth with the Minotaur, okay? And if you know, right, it was a god, an animal, and a human, okay? Representing mind, body, and soul, and being whole within self, right? And it was stuck off in the labyrinth because it devoured flesh and blood and things like, whatever. Go read it, but it's if you feel like it. But I'm suddenly, they're showing me the labyrinth with the Minotaur in the middle, and getting centered and becoming whole. So use this energy to see clearly, okay? And you may even get messages. Many of you, depending on where you stand on your journey, many of you will be receiving messages when you take that bath, or just out by the water. If you're close to the beach, the ocean, the river, a pond, just be careful with mosquitoes, because they're extra bad, and so are snakes this year, depending on where you're located in the world. But yeah, you may receive messages just out by the water. Do you know water is a portal? So keep that in mind, and keep your intentions. There's something so like strong. They keep showing me intention. They're actually showing me the word intention, and it's flashing as I'm standing in front of a mirror. So in water is reflective. So that's very interesting. It's like, be careful what you put out. I know for me personally, I have some reversals to do for people. So be careful what you put out, because that shit can come back on you. So I mean, I've never put anything bad on anybody that didn't. All I do is give it back to you. You see what I'm saying? Okay, a time for spirit, absolutely. And this is what I'm telling you. This is what I'm telling you. 43 is 7, right? A divine number. Are you okay? Did that scare you?
Yeah.
It's okay. It scared you? That's okay. A time for spirit. I'm telling you to go into this meditative state, okay, by the water, in the water even. And connect with spirit, and allow spirit to connect with you. And again, listening is a huge part of communication, whether it's with other people or with and I'm sorry about the noise, y'all, it is what it is, whether it is with other people or whether it is with spirit and spirit realm, okay? Healing from heartache. And yes, that's what we do in the new moon. We release, okay? And that is a number 9. Okay, you know, for me, 9 is the wrapping up chapter, right? Whereas 10 is the actual ending and new beginning for me anyways, the 1 and the 0. 9 is like the last sort of little portion there. So a lot of you can get into that bath and ask to be healed from a broken heart. And as I've stated, right now is a time to let someone into your dirty little secrets. Okay, what comes around? And I'm hearing Justin Timberlake, like, what goes around comes around, goes around. 26 is 8. Okay, infinite. So, and like that's what I was saying when they're showing me intention. Okay, in that mirror, it's like I'm looking in the mirror, but intention is flashing at me in the mirror. It's actually a black mirror, which is interesting. Some of you may use black mirrors for divination. Whatever this is that I'm being shown, what I will tell you is be very careful for what you're throwing out there. I know I deal with a lot of people that do a lot of different practices and rituals, and no judgment here, and never any judgment here, but for those of you that are using this new moon to break people up, send people, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Be careful, because don't come to me down the line and say, oh, why is so-and-so always cheating on me, or why can't I get someone to propose to me, or well, I mean, what were you throwing out there? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got, everything has a price, baby. Everything has a price. And the way that they're showing me in front of this black mirror with intention flashing to me, I would just be very careful about things being reversed, because what goes around comes around. Okay, right now is the time for spirit and to cleanse self. Focus on that. And if you have other people that you want to pray for, or yes, baby.
It got me dirt.
It got your shirt?
Yeah.
Oh man, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm just glad you're okay.
I got dirt.
Okay, it's all good. So if you have other people that you want to pray for or cleanse, you know, you can always light candles for them. White candles are good. Never, I don't suggest that you burn a black without a white if you're not experienced, but you don't have to burn any. And I would also suggest blue. I'm seeing a lot of blue, so some of you may need a more calming, healing. You know, go forward with caution if you're using red and, you know, whatever. You know what you're capable of and what you're not, and if you're not sure, then just don't. You know what I'm saying? It's a really good energy. I wouldn't put too much of a, don't put any heaviness on it. You know what I'm saying? It's good. It's good. We'll have heaviness later. All right, we'll have heaviness with Cancer. We'll have heaviness with full moons. Right now, keep it light. Okay, and love is strange. This card has already popped out today. I don't even remember with who, but I don't even think it really matters. Okay, so Ezra, don't do that, baby. Ezra, stop it. No, you just not listen to me. Test me. Testy. Haha. That's what you get.
I got me
What?
dirt.
You grabbed your shirt?
Yeah.
Who did?
I got dirt.
The guy outside?
Yeah. I got it.
This deck is not wanting to speak, so maybe this isn't the deck for us today. Okay, well, I'll be right here when you get right back. Okay? Listening. What did I tell you? Listening. There's something very Gemini communication and listening is a big part of communication. So you can't make that shit up, literally. I'm so sorry, y'all. And then there's also something about there being a lot of noise. So those of you that are having a lot of noise, whether it's in your actual house or your space or just in your head, some of you may have a lot of trouble quieting your mind. Okay, there's it's too noisy. Go out by the water, get in the bath, lock the door, fuck them kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mean it like that, but I mean it like that. And create a tranquil space, even if it's just for 10 minutes. But about that bath, you want to stay in for the longer the better. Okay, so 30 to 50 minutes. Remember, as hot as you can make it, and right before you go to bed, not before. You don't want to do anything after that unless you're going to journey. For those of you that have been hitting me up to work with plant medicines, tonight would be a good night if you're ready. If you're not, there will be plenty of other opportunities. Don't rush it. And for those of you that continue to ask me about doing a retreat, we are in the we're working on it. We're working on being able to offer you something in a legal space and setting. Okay, so it is coming. Y'all be patient. Intuition. and you see clearly. So, and for those of you that have been wanting answers, you will be able to receive as long as you're listening. That's what I'm telling you. Just listen. Your intuition is talking to you. Most definitely. Okay. Just here, like, I'm feeling very strongly like I need to warn somebody. Don't turn your back on what Spirit has to show to you. You're going to regret it. Divine timing. Okay. Divine timing. This card has been coming out. Ezra, come here, baby. I'm going to end it there. Okay, so that is the new moon, June 3rd, real shit, whatever message. I love you all so much, and I will see you next time.